Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. This morning I'm making blueberry scones, so I brought you over because I want you to see how they're put together. They're very easy to put together. You just got to make sure that you do this right. So I'm going to be tilting you down and you're going to be watching more of what I do. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you. First thing we're going to do is we are going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour in here. And do not pack it. That will make them heavy. You don't want them heavy. You're also going to have to grease a baking pan. Cookie sheets would be excellent to do. Just make sure that it can hold 8 of them. Now you are going to add 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. And you're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, set your oven to 425. Make sure that shelf is in the middle. If you have it too high, it won't cook. If you put it at the bottom, it's going to burn within the time frame that they want you to. So make sure it's in the middle. You're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And you're going to add a tablespoon of wheat germ into this. Now I have at times taken a 1/4 of a cup of flour off the 2 cups of all-purpose and put 1 3/4 and then used 1/4 whole wheat flour if I don't add the wheat germ. So you have different ways that you can do it and make it nutritious. And if your body's healthy, these little bit of B vitamins that you give them in all the food will multiply in your intestines if you have all those enzymes working in there. Now this time, I am not going to add powdered milk this time. And why? Because I'm running low on it in here. Okay. Now we're going to cut 5 tablespoons of chilled butter into this. So let me get my pastry cutter. Now the object is not, I'm going to, my paring knife. You're going to make sure that you don't handle it too much, because if you handle it too much, the flour and stuff with your hands, you won't get the lightness that you're looking for. This is why we use pastry cutters and other things. Women learned through time. Now, I've got a recipe for in that 1776 cookbook that I'm interested in with carrots. And I'd like to try making that and see how it comes out. All right, I'm going to put this on the side. We're going to need another small bowl. into that, we're going to put an egg. Trying to keep my cookie clean while I'm here, because I have it right here. You're also going to add a half a cup of milk. Now, what they want me to do here, which I question, is they want me to put the coconut, you need a half a cup of shredded coconut, they want me to put it in this milk. And I'm a little leery about doing that. I know I shouldn't be, but I question things. We'll put it in and see what it does. The reason we're doing this is they want this to sit a bit. You just want the coconut to get a little soft in the milk. Okay, I'll use this spoon. Let me get some of this out of the way so I can maneuver. Now, we are not using lemon peel, we are going to use lime peel. So I don't know if you can find it, but they want some lime in this. They say 1/4 of a teaspoon. I canned some lime juice, so I took the peelings and I used them and dehydrated them and made them. Now, I didn't do a lot, but I did a few. That might be enough. That's about 1/4 of a teaspoon, maybe a little more. Now you're going to put this butter in here until it's crumbly. And you're going to let the coconut and the lime sit in this milk and egg and soften up. Now I have made this with lemon peel as well. inches do they want? Okay. So you can actually see how you make scones. Scones are sort of like biscuits. You don't handle them any more than you have to. They're a little more on the moist side. And you can add all sorts of things with them, and I'll show you. I've made potato scones, I've made blueberry scones, I've made, what other scones have I made? Those are the two at the top of my head, but I've made a lot of different scones. And they're nice if you don't want to have bread or rolls for dinner. You can make scones and serve them next to them. Like I like having scrambled eggs with my mushroom scones in the morning sometimes, or if you're having eggs and sausage or bacon at night and you want something baked, you can make those and they go excellent with it. They also go excellent with stews. Hold on a minute, I'm going to get something. Now, a lot of the new recipes tell you to add your fruit after you've mixed all the ingredients together, which doesn't work. What you have to do is you're going to, oh, I love blueberries. What you're going to do is we're going to add them with this and coat them with flour so they're suspended throughout the scones, which is very important. They say add them after you add the liquid, stir them in gently not to break them. But that's not the proper way that you do it. Believe you me, I'll eat every blueberry in the house. My son knows how much I love him. He went and bought me 4 pints. So I'll probably make a blueberry pie while I'm at it. And maybe blueberry muffins. As you can see, I can go crazy on blueberries. Usually on my birthday, like I said, I used to have blueberry muffins, blueberry pancakes, blueberry pie. Whatever was blueberry was definitely going on my birthday. You rinse these very quickly. And make sure you drain all the water off of them. Well, I should say as much as you can. Because they're damp, the flour is going to hold on to it, and flour holds on to flour, so you won't have to worry about them not being suspended. I'm shaking them right now. This is how you handle berries without breaking. Take a fork. Like I said, if you have an old set, take it and you stir these around very gently. Let me turn you down so you can see more. See? What I'm doing is I'm making a well. That's what I'm trying to do, is the berries keep on falling into the center. All right? Now this milk mixture, you stir up, make sure that egg is well blended into it. Pour it right into the center. I'll even read the instructions. They'll tell you to be extremely careful, so when you hear this, you'll know exactly what you're going to do. All right, they say, now when you pour the egg mixture into the well, stir with a fork until dry ingredients are just moist. That does not mean that they're going to be totally mixed into a batter. It's sort of going to be like the muffins that I always talk about with you. And you see how I'm going this way in? You don't want to disrupt these berries anymore. Yes, some of them might. If you have frozen berries and you're using those, you have to thaw those and drain them. Other than that, your whole scone's going to look blue. You see how it's mixing? This is how you do it. A little bit of patience is all you need. Well, some of them, yes, some of them will rupture, not many. See how it's real tacky in the middle? What you're doing is you're working it. You can see some have not been quite mixed yet. And as you do this, you should be able to see that the bottom is starting to clear up. I'll show you. Let's see if I can get you closer so you can see more. Oh, I have measuring spoons on. Sorry about that. Okay. See at the bottom? It's starting to mix up. That's what you're working for. And you notice I keep on going on the side. I keep on going on the side. But then they finally mix. It's not completely mixed, as you can see. There is some flour around. Okay. Have to scoot you back a bit because I'm going to bring a pan over here. So give me a minute. See, muffins are like this as well. You don't sit there and mix them all the way up, because if you do, they're going to fall, and that's not what you want. Now, I'll read the next part so you understand. Now, they say spoon scones 2 inches apart on prepared baking sheet. That's what we just have done earlier. We greased it, all right? Have a smaller one. Oh well. You see, they really don't want you handling this, as you can see. I know I'm moving you around. Let's go over here so you can see better. Let's move this further over. You know what? I'm going to have to move them a little closer so they can all fit here. If your berries are too moist, the whole scone will be blue, and that's not what you want. You know what? I'm going to need 2. Sorry, it's not going to work. We'll do 6, and then we'll do the next one. Okay, now that's all they want you to do. I have to clean my hands. I'll be back. So even when you handle blueberry muffins or something, you use a fork and you do it like that so you don't rupture them and end up with the berries spread all over. But you'll have individual berries sitting throughout your muffins. Now they want us to, we need some milk and granulated sugar because we're going to sprinkle them and brush them with milk. And then we're going to sit there and sprinkle them with sugar. And believe you me, these are a treat for breakfast. Now, you are not going to be brushing these. More like dab them with milk, like this, because you really can't brush them. So when they say brush, they really don't mean brush these, they mean dab them. This is going to cause the sugar to stick on them, and that's why you're doing this. And it keeps them from drying out, which you don't want them to do. And I've got more to make, so let me get these in. Put these in the oven and see how long they're going to bake. Okay, we're going to bake these until golden, which is 18 to 20 minutes. So I will see you then. I've got to grease another sheet and finish putting the other ones together. Okay, they're done. We'll pull those out and get the second batch in. I'm gonna have to get these on a rack, and then we'll test them and see how they come out. So let's go to the rack. these are going to be hot as we test them. Let me see. I'll just take the last one. Now here's the bottom. It's going to be a bit brown on the bottom, and the dark spots are the blueberries that exploded. But they stayed contained, which is what you want. Now we're going to check the texture. Here's how it looks on the inside. You see that? Isn't that beautiful? Now I know how good these things are, but I'll test them for you again. Of course, you're going to hear me go, mmm. Mm. These are such a treat for breakfast. If you don't like lime, you can use lemon. Lemon zest in place of the lime zest, but they do not recommend using orange. I'm going to enjoy this. Take care and have a wonderful day.